Ex-cop says newly imposed prison sentence has already set him straight. I have seen the error of my ways. I have seen the light. Well, damn, did he do a single push-up, pull-up, or dip before he came crying to the judge? Where was this insight? Where was this newfound version of yourself when the old version was out there getting you put in a hooscow? Oh, no, buddy. That's not the type of poker we're playing here. The name of the game is not let him go. The name of the game is hold him. Less than a month after former police officer Walter Pacheco was sentenced to prison for his repeated harassment of a woman, he has asked the judge to rescind that punishment and give him probation instead. According to court records, the court's action of sentencing the defendant to prison has impressed upon him the importance of living a lawful lifestyle. Not back when you were a civilian or even a police officer did the importance of living a lawful lifestyle mean anything to you. David Barajas of Des Moines wrote last week, Pacheco, 29, of Pleasant Hill, is asking a district court judge to reconsider the 19-year prison sentence that was imposed last month for probation violations in 4 of his criminal cases. If I read this correctly, and I did, it said 4 of his criminal cases, meaning there were more than 4 on the table. Someone probably didn't even want to give him probation, and you blew it, buddy, off to the big time. This is not like some summer camp where you get to call your parents and tell them to come pick you up. Pacheco, also known by the name Pacheco Balin, has been convicted of burglary, stalking, tampering with a witness, and willful injury, serious charges, but prison sentences that resulted from those convictions were initially suspended, so they were more than fair with him, and people would say they were too soft on him. The victim of most of the crimes was an ex-girlfriend whom he continued to harass after being arrested and after being convicted and put on probation, court records show. In August 2023, a judge warned Pacheco that he risked imprisonment if he continued to attempt to contact the woman in violation of a court order. Leave the girl alone and you'll stay out of jail. What's not clicking? He may be on the road to prison. Maybe. District Judge Jeffrey Farrell wrote when he opted to sentence Pacheco to 24 days in jail for a no contact order violation rather than impose the suspended prison sentence. Yeah, they babied the hell out of him. This is a great example of what happens when you enable people. They will take it there. Hell, he was a criminal longer than he was a cop. And what about the poor woman that he was terrorizing, and all they kept doing was giving him warnings, giving him warnings, giving him warnings. Defendant is a smart guy. He's really not, though, and has to figure this out right now. He probably won't. Farrell wrote, the court is not going to mess around with repeated no contact order violations. His relationship with the victim needs to end. But not long after Pacheco was released from jail, he allegedly tried to approach the woman at a public gym and tell her in his vehicle. He doesn't learn. Court records show he was arrested for felony stalking, which led another judge to impose the looming prison sentence in April 2024. Part of Pacheco's request for a reconsideration of that sentence is based on an apparent procedural error. Barajas, his attorney, wrote that he was appointed to represent Pacheco in 3 of the 4 cases that were affected by the probation violation, and that Pacheco was, in essence, not represented for the 4th. Barajas did not immediately respond to a request for comment for this article. And I get it. If you're a defense attorney, you want to give this guy a little bit of hope. You want to put up a little bit of fight, a little bit of resistance, but the courts were more than fair with this guy. They were way too fair with this guy. The matter is set to be discussed during a court hearing next week. Pacheco is still being held in the Polk County Jail. According to the jail's records, he's just waiting to get shipped. A trial for his most recent criminal charge of stalking in violation of a protective order is set for April 20th. Court records show he has a packed schedule. The crime is punishable by up to 10 years in prison. Pacheco was briefly a police officer in Carroll, where he was forced to resign, and in Eagle Grove, where he was fired. So a case where another police officer was let go, was released from one department and found refuge in another one. He surrendered his peace officer certification in September 2022, several months after his initial arrest. There you have it, kids. Walter Pacheco. His police career was less than half of a paragraph.